Welcome to the sandwich generation, where you and I are stuck in the middle between our kids and grandkids and our parents and our grandparents, and we're just trying to figure it all out. Today, I want to talk to you about how being a caregiver right now in the sandwich generation has really been supercharged with coronavirus. Let's unpack it. I think we can all agree that COVID has really thrown us for a loop in 2020. Things have changed in a way that we never even thought possible. And I want to commend everyone out there because we have all learned how to pivot in multiple directions, sometimes multiple times a day. But if you're one of those that is a true blue caregiver of, say, your parent or grandparent, and you're having a full-time job, and you've got kids and grandkids, it's just really turned out to be a lot. A lot of us have had to work from home. That seems like the best solution at the time. But if you're at home with a loved one and you're their caregiver, now you're not just worried about, like me, is the puppy gonna jump up in the scene and I'm gonna have to redo this? You are having those supercharged challenges right now. This too shall pass. My mother has always said that, and it is an accurate statement, and the older we are, we realize that these things will indeed pass. But when you're in the thick of it, it's like when you have a newborn baby and they're just crying all night long, and you're a brand new parent and you say, oh my God, they will never stop crying ever. I'm gonna never get sleep again. But we know that that is not an accurate statement, that they grow out of that, they sleep through the night. And the caregiving on the parental side is kind of the opposite of that funnel. You start out with a little bit of care and it just keeps growing and growing and growing until you can't do it all anymore. And so know in your head that whatever's going on right now is just a phase in the system here, and that it will pass. Another one of the supercharged issues we're having right now is you can't really plan for anything. It's kind of like, okay, we're going to have this great weekend away. We're going to have a 3-day weekend, just me and my husband, and we're going to go and recharge. And then the next thing you know, your mother-in-law falls and breaks her hip. And now you're back in the hospital merry-go-round instead of over here on your trip. I read a couple of statistics lately that I thought I'd loop you in on. If you are a caregiver of a loved one in your sandwich generation, you tend to spend 22 hours a week on average just dropping off those meals, just setting up their med reminders, just checking in on them, taking them to the doctor, all those things. Averages about 22 hours a week. 22 hours a week, that is as much as another part-time job. And you're still doing all your other things, and you're still trying to have a life yourself. And that's a lot of stuff. Right now, more than 60% of us are financially supporting our younger generation at the same time that we're trying not to take off work too much for doctor's appointment for mama, and we're taking care of mom and dad. And sometimes if they're in senior living, we have to chip in a little bit of money just to make all that work. And it's a real strain. A lot of you think that this is a great time to take mom and dad and bring them to your house. Now they're in your house, and now you're working from home, and now your kids are at home from college, and you've got this whole, rat's nest of crazy happening there. And that's a lot to deal with too. So what are we going to do about that? How are we going to take care of ourselves? We're going to talk in another video about that. But today, I just want you to hear the amount of things that have changed this year that are making your job as you and me stuck in the sandwich generation that much more difficult. First step, let's just acknowledge it. I hope this helps you, and I hope that you sit down and acknowledge everything you're doing. There's power in that, so take it and run. And in the meantime, let's stop for just a moment. Let's think everything through. Thanks for watching.